Hey guys, welcome to Hayden's Hot Takes, the series where I myself take a topic that pertains to life, provide you guys with some information about it, tell you how I feel about it, and ultimately leave it up to you to make your own smart decisions moving forward. Now, a small disclaimer before we fully jump in. My hot takes are meant to educate and encourage outside of the box thinking. So I want you to take what I say and just think about it. I'm not trying to ruffle any feathers, okay? So drum roll, please. Today's hot take is, can vaping become an unhealthy habit? So first off, bottom line, guys. As of September of 2019, it is now a nationwide rule being called Tobacco 21 that the legal age for the sale, distribution, possession, purchase, consumption, or receipt of cigarettes, e-cigarettes, or tobacco products is 21 years old. You have to be 21. That is the bottom line. So I want you to keep that in mind as we go forward, that if you try to buy or consume those products, the law will hold you accountable. And there are reasons for this. So, as young people, we often think that rules that are made by adults are just so that we don't have fun. However, with the Tobacco 21 law in place, there are good intentions behind it, whether or not you agree with it. Which brings me to a sub-hot take, which is a hot take inside of a hot take, which is you cannot be upset with a rule and make a big deal out of it if you do not do your own research into it. So, I have taken it upon myself to start you off with a small amount of research that I hope you will expand on. I have 3 points that I'm going to address, so follow along. Point 1. Nicotine. Nicotine is hands down the most addictive chemical in the entire world. Now, it does not dump nearly as much dopamine in your brain. Remember, dopamine is the feel-good chemical, like when you see a lot of puppies. It doesn't dump as much dopamine as other drugs such as cocaine or heroin when you use it one time. Because people take in nicotine at such a repetitive rate with almost every single daily activity, the nicotine becomes very powerful. With that being said, in comparison, eating 5 M&Ms is a lot less sugar in your body than eating a whole piece of cake. But if you eat 5 M&Ms every 5 minutes throughout your whole entire day, then you will end up consuming a lot more sugar than you would if you just ate the piece of cake. So to wrap up point 1 with nicotine, ask yourself, is the nicotine in the vape you are consuming regularly throughout your day becoming an unhealthy habit? Because you might use your vape when you wake up, after you eat, when you step outside, when you're doing homework or playing video games with your friends, etc. And that is causing you to consume so much more and need more and more to feed your now possibly unhealthy habit. You know, we have good habits and bad habits. Hygiene, for instance, great habit. Highly recommended, actually. Eating a whole piece of cake every day for lunch. Not the best habit, although really good. Now ask yourself, oxygen is the only thing that is supposed to go in your lungs. Is vaping an unhealthy habit? Do you know what's in the chemicals and the metals inside of the vape? That's where I encourage you to do your research. Point number 2, brain development. The human brain in females develops on average around 21, and for males it develops on average around 25. This is a huge reason the law for being able to legally choose to use nicotine is 21. Your brain's capability is still maturing into your 20s. So if you're 17 and you decide to start vaping and intaking that nicotine on a daily basis, you are possibly cutting yourself short of 4 to 8 years of development. Depending on whether or not you're a male or female, 4 to 8 years could be an entire life skill that you might not learn because of vaping. Nicotine actually changes adolescents' brain cells activity in the part of the brain responsible for attention and learning and memory. And we use all of those things from about 14 to 24, depending on how much school you're in. So ask yourself, is my constant nicotine intake causing me to harm my brain's development? And does that mean vaping is an unhealthy habit? Do your research. Lastly, point number 3, anxiety and stress. We all deal with anxiety and stress. Some of us deal with it better than others, I'll admit, and we all deal with it in different ways. However, if you turn to your vape every time you're feeling anxious or stressed, making your vape your safety net, is that creating an unhealthy habit? People exercise, they talk it out, breathing exercises with oxygen, the only thing that's supposed to go in your lungs, etc. There are many healthy ways to deal with stress anxiety, but do your research. Is there a correlation between your vaping and your anxiety? If so, there are better ways to manage it. All right, I am done with today's hot take. Can vaping become an unhealthy habit? Remember my 3 points and research them. Nicotine, brain development, anxiety, and stress. Technically 4. I hope I have taught you something new, or at least inspired you to take control of the things you choose to do in your life. If you want more information, as always, please consult Dr. Google. Until next time, your host, Hayden, with Hayden's Hot Takes.